Let's look at a perfect situation first. The people around you have similar goals, making you feel motivated. Social media is showing nothing but your interests. Your job or school is giving you room to develop in a natural way. Everything in your environment is feeding into you in a way that makes you feel strong, good, and healthy. Wait, that's not realistic. Let's change the difficulty. You want to follow a diet, but during lunch break everyone always goes to a fast food place. You want to play games competitively, but all your friends are casual. You don't have money to travel. You want to learn, but everyone around you is lazy. You want to exercise, but your workout area is a mess and... Okay, let's look at a way to play this game properly. Some influences from our environment help us live the life we want, and other parts are, well, not helping. Let's look at strategies to overcome the things that hold us back. If you actually know where the negative influences are coming from, you can put up some shields, so to speak. Let's say you feel like you are wasting a lot of time on Instagram. Then you can decide to uninstall it. However, if you do like the app, you can simply choose to block notifications or set a daily timer. This way you still get to see the memes.
He's a knitter! No, I'm not a knitter!
Horrible nightmares aside, the solution in the example includes some form of automation, using only a moment of setup. But generally, strategies like this means you are still fighting influences. You could still turn off the blocker, for example. Also, you shouldn't shield off everything because outside influence is important for growth too. At the end of the day, shielding is definitely a great short-term strategy and was therefore worth mentioning. We can also talk about conserving energy. For example, many people look at their phone with some level of discontent. But you can look at your phone in a different way. What if you use the Memo app to take notes of ideas, or write your diary on your phone, or use it to talk with your loved ones or friends? Then this environment can turn into something good. You open your phone and find that idea or revelation that you thought was important to remember, or you find words reflecting the real you that you so often forget about, or you have a social connection that can lead to much laughter or meeting up in person again. So there are two main things to take away from the phone example. 1. Everything has positives and negatives. Consider that throwing away your phone to avoid certain apps might just be removing both positives and negatives, essentially giving a same net value as doing nothing. The second thing you can draw from the phone example is that you can change your environment. You see, you and your environment interact with each other. Sure, it influences you, but you can also influence it in return and change it like that. If you manage to create a positive change in your environment, it will feed back into you with that change. Changing your environment can be big crazy moves like quitting your job, joining a dance group, or breaking up with your boyfriend. But it generally doesn't need to be that drastic. Let's say you want to follow a diet, but everyone keeps going to a fast food place during lunch break. Maybe out of the 6 people that go to the fast food place, 2 of them want to eat healthy as well. I mean, who doesn't? And one of them thinks the fast food place is too expensive anyway. If you include yourself, 4 people might be following the dominance of these 2 people, all because none of these 4 actually speaks up. It is important to acknowledge that if you act in a different way in the real world, people will react different to you as well. By showing your true colors, you allow others to show their true colors. And perhaps you might actually change those around you by influencing them. And there's no need to cut people out of your life. Those that can't or don't want to keep up will simply go away. And new people will just come in to replace them over time. So in short, you can set up barriers and shields. Also, you can possibly conserve energy by viewing the bigger picture and instead focusing on more important things. But most importantly, in my opinion, is the last point, exerting your own influence. If you want consistency in your dieting, workouts, studying, then you can of course try to find a good environment to depend on. But do keep in mind that if you lean too much on who and what is around you, you essentially give up control. And so if your environment changes for the worse, you will be a victim of your environment instead. So it's a very nice thing to strive towards a point where you are the positive influence. This is what actually gives you the control to both shape and maintain your environment. And when you reach this point where you are strongly yourself, the people around you are more like a welcome bonus, making things even better. But it should all start with you.